Yeah, my mom listened to one of the episodes of the podcast where I talk about how we don't buy Kleenex. I just blow my nose in the shower, and she sent me 3 boxes of Kleenex.
Does your mom listen to the podcast?
Yep.
So she hears all the things we say?
She hears everything.
Oh, wow. I'll keep that in mind, I guess. Although apparently, I guess it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. She's pretty
chilly.
cool. Yeah.
Down with the...
She's down with the sickness.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That was what I was going to say.
She loves Disturbed.
Yeah.
That's her favorite band.
I was trying to get there.
Yeah.
But so thanks for.
Well, we're on the same wavelength. Yeah.
Oh, always famously. Yeah. So now Trent. Last night.
Yeah.
I go to see the Blue Man Group.
I know. Yeah.
I go to the Blue Man Group, the legendary Blue Man Group. Blue Man Group.
Tell me everything.
I'll tell you everything. So here's the thing. We get there. It's like the show's literally starting. We're like a little late. Yeah. And
mistake number 1.
We're down on this row. We're at the fucking end. I mean, there's like 6 people seated, and they all look at us and go, crying out loud.
Yeah.
They get up. We fucking.
You're at the end. There's a wall. You can't go around.
There's a wall. We can't go around. We sit down. Right. Okay. The show starts, and we see, it's like everything's dark, but you just like a hot light right over like these drums, and there's 3 guys playing the drums,
Yeah.
And there's paint on them and shit, and the paint's coming up. It's drums, and we're like, oh fuck yeah, let's go. And then like a big light comes on, and we see it's not 3 blue men. It is 3 guys with glasses and kind of like frizzy hair. I've got this weird, and then I wait, and then they do bits, they do something with the crowd, and I look down at my ticket. I got us tickets to the Jew Man Group.
Is this real?
No.
Yeah,
we went to
well, in New York, you never know.
We went to see Jew Man Group.
No.
I go, oh, I'm so sorry. And my date hates Jews. She doesn't like Jews.
Sure, I met her. She's not a fan of the Jews.
Not a fan.
Wow.
So
she was pissed.
We had to get her. She was furious.
You guys had to get the fuck out of there. That's what she caused the scene.
It was just 3 60-year-old Jewish guys hitting drums. Wow. But yeah, they did everything. They complained. They did.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Blue Man Group. You could see how I'd make the mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but no, of course, we did get over to the correct theater. We saw the Blue Man Group.
You went over to across the street. Classic mistake. I'm sure it happens all the night. You thought you would think the workers at the theater would kind of let you know.
Well, the night I fucked up too, because the Blue Man Group was playing at the Astor Place Theater, and the Jew Man Group was playing at the theater. All right, that's enough. This is a hot start.
Wow. So you tunneled over to the other theater.
Yeah, we tunneled over, and it was a great show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Then your date was much happier when she saw the Blue Man Group.
Oh. Yeah.
She went
right.
And you said you did the same thing. And then wow. Yeah. But it was the Blue Man Group. How was that show?
Electric.
One
of the coolest shows ever. Have you seen the Blue Man Group?
I've seen them on TV, their various TV appearances.
Yeah.
Which they haven't done. They used to be on TV all the time. Well, you used to see them in the early 2000s, the late 90s. Yes. Oh my God, you couldn't escape the Blue Man Group.
You couldn't.
Now they
were on top of the world.
Yeah, now they're like Gautier.
They've gone the way of Gautier.
Yeah.
They've gone the way of Gautier.
Yeah. There's somebody we used to know.
Well, it was that time where like Stomp was big, you know?
Stomp.
But here's the thing. Here's how, because the Blue Man Group is still together, they're still doing performances.
Yes.
But Stomp, I think they gave up.
Stomp stopped.
They stopped the Stomp.
They stopped the Stomp.
There's no Stomp left.
No, they're walking on eggshells.
They stomped themselves dry.
They're walking on eggshells now.
Yeah, they can't hardly talk to each other. They think it's some scary business maneuver. Yeah. So in the way
I think they moved in upstairs.
I believe Stomp is
upstairs.
Directly above
happens
us.
about 2 a.m. every night. So
yeah, that's when they break out the hits around 2 a.m. And 7 a.m.
Yeah.
No, but really, I mean, the way I said Stomp is like the Beatles, bigger cultural impact, but couldn't keep it together.
Yeah, and the Blue Man Group's like the Stones.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're still, they're still out there.
They're still out there. They're still doing it. They're still rocking around.
But no, it was amazing. It was, it was such like an art show kind of thing. Like, I don't know. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was cool. There's not enough weird stuff anymore.
No.
I feel like in the 90s and 80s, people were really doing weird, interesting things.
Yeah.
And now everybody wants to, it's like, what is the big show to see now? Matt Rife? I mean, I don't even know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows?
Some guy talking about his therapist.
Yeah. Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
A girl singing about her being 16 or whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
it stinks. There's nothing for us.
There's nothing weird anymore. Bring back the weird stuff. Yeah. Paint your fucking face blue and freak out somebody in the audience.
Right. Yeah.
Also,
don't say a fucking word.
Don't say a fucking word.
Yeah. Just bang on your drum.
Also, there was no epileptic warning, and if you were even a little,
I'm sick of the epileptic warning. That only started happening 10 years ago. Before that, what did we do?
Well, I think we turned the other way.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I think we said enough is enough.
Yeah.
It was like after all the cancelings of the Me Too movement, I think people are finally putting the foot down.
Yeah.
No more epileptic warnings.
We gone crazy. Now we're kind of course correcting.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe there should be 2 bathrooms. Jesus. Like I thought I was gonna have a seizure. It was insane.
Really? Did you have to wear? Now was it like going to see Gallagher, where you had to wear like a protective covering to
the front 3 rows were all? And I was like, well, good thing I didn't swing for front row and have to put a fucking thing over my face.
Yeah, wear a poncho. That'll make your date wet. You seeing a guy wear a poncho?
Yeah.
The most unattractive thing you could possibly wear.
Yeah, speaking of, on the way to Blue Man Group twice, I had to stop in the middle of a crowded downtown New York City NoHo area to bend over and tie my shoe.
No, really?
And, it couldn't be
how I feel about that.
Yeah, it couldn't be anything more emasculating than tying your shoe in front of a woman. What are you, 5?
Yeah.
You gotta tie your shoe?
Oh, it's the height of vulnerability. That and trying to catch a ping pong ball. There's no recovering from either of those things.
You've always said that.
I've always said that. Yeah.
You've always said that. Why don't we say what the hell we're doing here today, Trent?
Well, let's say that. Sure. This is Echo Chamber with Joe and Trent, the only podcast where 2 comedians read the Wall Street Journal because one of us gets it for free from work. And
we got some stories today. Let's tell the folks what they're going to be.
Be hearing about. Would you like to start us off?
Sure. Well, here's the thing. I got a couple small ones, and then I got a bit of a longer one. Okay. So I've got this is very small, but there's a new record set by a Russian cosmonaut for the longest amount of time in space.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's great.
And there's really not a whole lot else to read there.
Okay. Well, I was a frequent. You know this about me, and everybody knows this about me.
Yeah.
I was a frequent reader of the Guinness Book of World Records. So
you had every hardback copy
in my room.
In your room.
Yes.
Yeah.
To me, it's sort of like the Encyclopedia Britannica. Yeah. I have every Guinness Book of World Records.
That's right.
So, that's very interesting. I can't wait for that, Joe. And it wouldn't be an Echo Chamber episode if we didn't mention one of these 3 things: Elon Musk, Taylor Swift, or AI.
We might mention all 3.
Well, Taylor Swift, is she a government psyop?
Wow, that's the Wall Street Journal.
We'll find out. Apparently, there's a lot of conspiracy theories floating around the World Wide Web about Taylor Swift and the Super Bowl, which is tonight. But it will have happened by the time you're listening to this episode.
It will have already happened. Well, speaking of governments, across not our own government, but across the sea, across a couple seas, baby.
Sure.
In India, President Modi cutouts blanket India before election. And I'll tell you what that means. There's literal cutouts of his body all over. I mean, you can't even walk down the street without seeing a fucking selfie.
It's like a flat Modi.
There's a flat Modis everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. I like a good cutout.
We'll learn a little bit more about that.
Wow. Well, Joe, you're familiar with 23andMe?
Of course, I would never do it because it would expose the fact that I'm a serial killer. If they had my DNA, I would be.
That's what's happening. Right. Sure. Yeah. It doesn't really talk about it in that article, but I was telling my mom about that. She said that's what's happening. They're catching criminals with their DNA. But this is about 23andMe's fall from being worth almost $6 billion to nearly zero.
Wow, that's kind of a dramatic shift. Yeah. 6 billion to zero.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I can see it.
They really fucked up.
We really tell their shareholders we really fucked it all up. Yeah. That's amazing. I truly can't wait to hear more about that. Mm-hmm. Well, Trent, it wouldn't be an episode of Echo Chamber if we didn't mention Taylor Swift, Elon Musk, or AI.
Yes.
So we are going to hear more about Musk. Chapter 3 of the Wall Street Journal War on Musk that broke out earlier this year.
Sure.
Top of the year.
The drug saga.
The drug saga. Money and drugs entwine Musk with Tesla directors.
Oh.
It's bigger. It's bigger than just him.
Wow. So they're all on drugs over there.
Not because they want to be.
No, they're being forced. Oh, no.
We'll find out.
Oh, wow. Now that's wild.
Yeah.
Well, now that's crazy. Elon Musk, whatever his title is, he's the head of Tesla.
Yeah.
Well, that may be taking a toll on Elon because being the boss may be hard. It may send you to an early grave.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so...
Well,
won't someone think of the boss?
I believe James Brown once said you paid the cost to be the boss. It may not have been James Brown also, but you got to pay the cost.
You got to pay the cost.
Well, Trent, here's a quick one. I'll just kick us off here. Cosmonaut sets space-time record. Russian cosmonaut Oleg Konakeko has broken the world record for the most cumulative time spent in space. The 59-year-old has now spent more than 878 days and 12 hours in space, surpassing fellow Russian Gennady Padlakov.
They love space.
They love Russian.
They can't get away from Russia for long enough.
They can't, yeah, that's what it is. Quote, I fly into space to do what I love, not to set records. That's what they all say. Yeah. I've dreamt of and aspired to become a cosmonaut since I was a child. That interest motivates me to continue flying, he told a Russian state news agency TASS.
TASS?
What do you think they do up there? Literally, what do they do in that space station? What could he be doing for 3 years?
Oh, I think there's a lot of horseplay.
I think there's horseplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's horseplay.
What? I don't know what they do up there.
The lady astronauts, I actually looked into it, and apparently they go up there, they like to kiss all the boy astronauts up there.
Why?
Yeah. They come back and they say, I'm an astronaut. It's, honey, you're not. You're not an astronaut. You're a whore. Sorry, that's a bit of a deep cut there.
Yes, yeah.
Dude, is it funny to just explain that?
Yeah, I think it's funny. I think you have to.
I think if you're listening to this podcast, you would get a kick out of it. So that was something just for me and Trent there, but I'll let everybody in on it. So this was maybe 6 years ago or 5 years ago. I'm living in Kansas City. I'm hosting at the Looney Bin Wichita.
Yeah.
At the Looney Bin Wichita, there's this comic is the feature. He's like an older guy in his mid to late 50s. Jim, I always forget his last name, but we don't need to expose him.
No.
But
we looked him up. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's very nice.
Yeah.
The nicest guy.
Yeah.
But he had this bit he would do where he'd go, and it didn't make any sense, but he'd start, and he'd go, you see these, and he's had this for like 12 years.
Yeah.
So there's no like cultural, it's not like in touch with what's happening right now. But he goes, you seen these girls nowadays? They say they're dancers. They say every girl, they say, I'm a dancer. Honey, you're not a dancer. You're a whore. I'm watching this, I'm like, okay. I don't even know what he's talking. Who are the dancers?
Yeah.
What dancers?
Oh, they're not dancers.
And
they're a whore.
Yeah, you're not a dancer. You're a whore. He goes, and then he goes on to be like, you see it everywhere. It goes, I'm a yoga instructor. You're not, honey, you're not a yoga instructor. You're a whore. Yeah, and then he literally lists every female profession, like stereotypical female profession. He goes, hairstylist, whore, flight attendant, whore. Whore. Horse.
It's to me. Just you telling it. It's the funniest bit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah,
I would kill to see it live.
So the second, that was the Thursday night show. The first time I heard it, and then the early show Friday was light or whatever, and it was everyone bombed.
Yeah.
We're back in the green room, and I go, man, that crowd was rough, and the headliner was like, that was brutal.
Yeah.
And then he goes, yeah, even the horse bit didn't even. Yeah, the horse bit didn't go, and that's usually my, anyway.
That's usually my bread and
He was
butter.
like, anyway, I'm going to turn in.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's great.
you're not an astronaut,
Yeah,
honey.
you're a whore. You're not a cosmonaut, honey.
Yeah.
Why don't... Cosmonaut sounds way cooler than astronaut. Why don't we call our people cosmonauts?
What's the difference? If you're from Russia, you're a cosmonaut?
I guess so. We
And
never
It's
heard of-
astro or cosmo. We
Yeah.
always have to be contrarian to Russia.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with, but cosmonaut does sound cool.
Cosmonaut.
Yeah.
Well, let's consult NASA. Let's switch it up.
Yeah, switch it up. Also, send some people back to the moon. It was tight. It was tight, dude. What the fuck did they stop?
It was tight.
They'd always do it right around the 4th of July, and it's just like the summer, and you're like blowing shit up.
The
And
kids gather around the TV.
TV, and
You
the
pray
guys,
to God the spaceship doesn't explode.
It's coming down somehow. There's a camera already on the moon, and the spaceship's landing.
We don't need to
we don't
think
need
too
to
far
get in
into
there,
that.
but
But speaking of conspiracy theories,
Ooh, lay it on me.
this is from the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, from the Wall Street
The
Journal.
headline: Swift as psyop. Another errors tour stop.
Errors tour.
Errors. And so, as opposed to eras.
Yeah, they're very clever. Awfully clever over there.
Awfully clever of them, yes. As the Kansas City Chiefs
Let's go.
prepare to play the San Francisco 49ers in Las Vegas, Nevada this Sunday, conspiracy theories are swirling around Taylor Swift and her football player boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
Oh, Travis Kelce, football player.
Yes. I call him Mr. Pfizer.
Yeah. No. You call him Mr. They're Mr. and Mrs. Pfizer.
Yeah.
Are their names?
They
Yeah.
have taken on a distinctly political shape. Will the couple...
They haven't, though.
No, they haven't, but...
They've been put into a box by Fox News.
By Fox News and other conservative media outlets and the World Wide Web at large.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they have taken
Couldn't have said
on-
it better myself.
Yeah. Will the couple endorse President Joseph Robinette Biden?
Who gives a fuck?
For re-election? Is Swift part of a government influence campaign? The theories aren't based in fact. Instead, they rest on conjecture, false assumptions, and tenuous links to public gestures the two have made over the years. Since 2018, Swift has endorsed Democratic
Wait, you're
politicians.
telling me this conspiracy theory is not based on facts?
Well, not according to the WSJ. So...
I kind of like a conspiracy theory based on facts, like flat Earth, but it's just me.
Me too. There's three conspiracies. They always come in three.
Oh, yeah, everything's
Everything
best
comes in
threes.
threes, yeah.
This podcast, best in twos.
It's best in twos. Sometimes it's fun to have a third.
That's true.
False theory number one: Taylor Swift is part of a psyop.
Oh, it's been debunked. They're debunking it.
Well, the Wall Street Journal is making their attempt to debunk it, and whether or not you believe
I'm sure that will convince the masses.
Yeah. Mike Binns, a conservative broadcaster and former State Department official under Donald Trump, shared a video in January from a 2019 educational conference organized by the NATO Cooperative Cyber Defense Center of Excellence.
What?
I don't know. What is much a meaningless word.
Yeah, the Ginyu Force is more believable than that.
Anything that has of excellence.
Of excellence. What is this? The Extraordinary League of Gentlemen?
Yeah.
League of Extraordinary Excellent Gentlemen?
The League of Extraordinary Excellent Gentlemen. Sean Connery's last movie. Hated that movie so much he goes, I fucking quit.
He wasn't the only one.
Yeah,
I was 12 and I go, this is dog
it
shit.
stunk. The clip, which he aired during a live stream in another post on X, formerly Twitter, shows Alicia Parker then a Johns Hopkins researcher giving a presentation about fighting misinformation. One slide features a picture of Swift, whom Barger uses as an example of a person whose social influence could be helpful for countering misinformation. So this guy saw that video. He goes, "This means that they're using her to counter misinformation or lie or influence the general public."
Right.
The Swifties, as I've coined them.
Right. Yeah.
So that's one theory.
Renowned for having coined that.
Yeah, I'm known for having coined that. So that's one theory, that she's being used to influence the election, and who gives a fuck?
Yeah. I mean, we all know Trump's going to get reelected. She could endorse whoever she wants, but
yeah. It's not looking good, for sure.
It's not looking great.
Here's another theory. The playoffs were fixed so Biden could be endorsed at the Super Bowl.
That would be the lamest thing. Could you imagine for 1 second what Travis Kelce's giving his victory speech, holding up the Lombardi trophy? Yo, you gotta fight for your right to party. I just want to thank my fucking teammates, my family. Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Fuck Disneyland. I'm going to the voting booth.
Yeah.
I'm casting my vote for Joseph Robinette Biden.
0% chances.
It's not a chance in hell that's going to happen.
No.
But ahead of the Chiefs' victory at the AFC playoffs last month, broadcaster and Trump supporter Mike Crispy said the NFL was rigged so that the Chiefs would go to the Super Bowl, paving the way for Swift to emerge during the halftime show and endorse Biden for re-election.
She's going to emerge in the halftime show?
Yeah, she's going to interrupt Usher. She's going to say, "Hold on, Usher. We need to say something."
If that happened...
Vote for Joe Biden.
If that happened, and I am a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I'm watching that...
Yeah.
And I turn off the TV. I go, let them lose. I hope they lose.
Yeah. So that's another theory. The number 3, George Soros owns Taylor Swift. Now,
owns her?
He owns her.
Well, she doesn't really like that terminology. Nobody owns her.
No, nobody owns her. She's her own woman, a strong, independent woman. In 2019, Swift
accelerating global warming.
Publicly criticized the sale of her music catalog during an acceptance speech at the Billboard Music Awards. We all saw that. Claiming that she had been told the Soros family had partially funded the deal to purchase her music. Some have pointed to these pronouncements as proof that the Soros family controls Swift. These theorists have claimed that Soros, a major Democratic political donor, is behind Swift's push for Democratic politicians and liberal causes following the sale of her catalog. But this timeline doesn't hold up. Swift waded into politics in a significant way for the first time in 2018 before the sale, when she endorsed 2 Democrats in Tennessee. A Soros spokesman didn't respond to a request for comment. A spokesman for Soros's nonprofit Open Society Foundation said the theories were, quote, preposterous.
I mean, truly.
Can
you imagine George Soros be like, "Here's what we're going to do. There's a tight end that plays." Why is the solution
Kansas City Chiefs
to fuck a guy who plays football for the Chiefs?
Yeah.
And not just why would she not just start dating a politician?
Yeah.
Start dating Joe Biden. Fuck it. You can divorce Jill.
Yeah. I don't know.
Imagine?
People need to be suspect about where they get their news from and ask themselves who is benefiting from the spread of these untruths, the spokesman said.
Thanks for that. That should help. Yeah. And lastly, I would like to say that people need to check their sources.
Yeah. Imagine you're a conspiracy theorist that believes that stuff, and then you read that article and you go, "You know what? You're right."
Yeah, who's that?
I never thought about that.
I think that article is for a 70-year-old who has no idea what's going on.
They have no idea who Taylor Swift is.
Yeah, and they go, "Oh, what about this?
What's going on?"
But I should check your sources. Well, I'll tell you where there might be a conspiracy happening, Trent. Far on the other side of the world, in the land of India.
Oh, not on the map here.
Deep in the Orient. Where President Modi... This is from the Wall Street Journal. Modi cutouts blanket India before election.
Cardboard cutouts of Modi.
Dateline New Delhi. Everywhere you go in India these days, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there, gazing at you with a slight smile. Sort of a smolder, if you will.
Oh, a smolder.
His image has long appeared on billboards and signs throughout India, but now his visage and board is popping up at train stations, airports, monuments, and parks as elections approach. The government calls them 3D selfie points. Government departments have erected the selfie points in recent months, celebrating a variety of Indian advances. In one, Modi stands next to a rocket promoting the country's space program. In another, is next to a building with a schoolgirl who can now study with the help of a light. I don't know what that means.
The help of a light?
I think they got lights on in schools now.
Oh,
He's doing wonders over there. Yeah.
Right.
It's almost shocking how behind they are. You hear this, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Can now study with the help of a light.
All right. Well, good. That's good.
Yeah, some have objected to the selfie points, saying they misuse public funds for political purposes.
Oh, geez. You would hate to imagine somebody doing that.
Yeah, I mean, this might be the first case of any government misappropriating taxpayer dollars in world history.
Kind of breaks your heart, brings a tear to your eye.
To think of that. I mean, it's a sacred contract between the people and the government. Trust.
Yeah.
After the Ministry of Defense told its departments to put up more than 800 selfie points, a former civil servant and social activist filed a court petition arguing the government shouldn't be using officials and army personnel to do so. The petition also said the selfie points gave the government an unfair advantage in the coming elections. India is expected to hold a national vote in May. Modi's party is widely expected to win a third term, thanks to, in large part, by the popularity of the prime minister. It's about the use of public funds, public servants, official machinery for running a political campaign in the guise of government programs, said a lawyer, I can't say the name, a lawyer for the two men who brought the suit. The prime minister's office didn't respond to questions. They never respond.
They're busy putting up cardboard
The Wall Street Journal all day long, they go ask if anybody would like to comment. And everyone all around the world says, fuck, blow me.
Yeah, they're met with a dial tone.
It's deafening silence.
Wow,
same guy.
So that's wild. So they're using government funds. Imagine if Joe Biden, not Bo Biden, he's long gone, Joe Biden, if Joe Biden were doing that, you just walk around.
Long gone.
Walk around. And Joe Biden remembers that. He remembers the day it happened.
Wrong kid died.
Yeah.
If there was ever a wrong kid died.
Yeah.
Like Dewey Cox, the Walk Hard story. The Dewey Cox story, right?
But imagine if you were walking around Central Park and he just Biden.
People would defecate on it.
Oh, yeah, and rightfully so. But that's wild.
But that's any president.
That's any president.
That's any president here, widely loathed.
Yes.
But this is the first time where...
Do you think, not to interrupt, but do you think we'll ever see another president that both everybody likes?
It would have to be a post 9/11 thing.
Yeah.
Because Bush's approval rating for like a year went up to like 90%.
Sure.
So it may be it'd be like a Ukraine situation, Zelensky's 90% approval. We got to get fucked before that happens.
Yeah.
But peacetime presidents, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are thing of the past. Wow.
But it is kind of funny. I feel like this is the first president we've had in a while where he's, and people can argue this, but he's ostensibly doing a fine job.
Sure.
Maybe not great, but he's not like blowing it that bad.
Yeah.
Loathed by everybody. Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah.
Nobody likes him.
Yeah.
And he's doing just like a pretty like par for the course.
He's doing okay. I wouldn't say he's great. It's like
he's no Reagan. God rest his soul.
Yeah. Got the words right on my mouth there. But
we're on drugs. Best one ever
speaking
fucked.
of somebody who's kind of biffed it. This is from
I can't wait.
This is from the Wall Street Journal.
I'm so excited for this.
Headline: 23andMe's fall from $6 billion to nearly zero.
That's wild. Not even WeWork had that bad.
No. Once hot DNA testing company is struggling to pivot to healthcare. Just what we need.
Yeah, we're trying to get in the vaccine game.
Yeah. Well, 5 years ago, 23andMe was one of the hottest startups in the world. Millions of people were spitting into test tubes to learn about their ancestry. Its valuation briefly topped $6 billion after a 2021 public offering, and Forbes anointed Ann Wojcicki, 23andMe's chief executive and a Silicon Valley celebrity, as the newest, quote, self-made billionaire.
Wow. Yeah, they were on the up and ups. It was the hottest thing.
It was the hottest thing.
They took Ancestry.com and they said, get fucked.
Yeah.
There's a new sheriff in town.
There's a new sheriff in town. 23andMe.
23andMe.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah. Now, Wojcicki's self-made billions have vanished.
My God.
23andMe's valuation has crashed 98%.
I mean, how?
From its peak, and NASDAQ has threatened to delist its sub-$1 stock.
Oh, God, NASDAQ, please. Give me another chance. Give me 23 more chances.
I'm begging you.
Honey, I'm begging.
Wojcicki reduced staff by a quarter last year through 3 rounds of layoffs.
That ain't gonna do it.
And a subsidiary sale.
Nope.
Not a chance in hell. The company has never made a profit. All these companies, they never make a profit.
Right. Well,
they're worth $6 billion.
We're at the tail end of all these startups that never make a profit. Everyone's wisening up.
Yeah. And they're burning cash so quickly it could run out by 2025. Why, Joe? That's next year.
Trent say it ain't so. I had hardly done the calculations in my head.
Silicon Valley's fortunes were built on the lofty ambitions of entrepreneurs swinging for the fences, even if most of them strike out.
That sucks.
Wojcicki, for her part, isn't giving up. She's sticking to her goal to transform 23andMe from a supplier of basic ancestry and health data into a comprehensive healthcare company that develops drugs, offers medical care, and sells subscription health reports.
Whatever.
Fuck off.
Lame. Yeah.
She still has
I want to know if I'm part Moroccan. I don't want to fucking do this.
I don't know. I don't want to know if I'm pre-diabetic.
Yeah, fuck off.
She still has
Go back to making no money and telling me I'm 1/16 Cherokee. Stupid bitch.
Whore.
I'm sure.
She still.
You're not an ancestry data analyst.
You're a whore. She still has to prove the business can sustain itself. She's raised about $1.4 billion for 23andMe and spent roughly 80% of it.
She spent 80% of it?
The company has.
Oh my God, what are they spending on?
Well,
it seems like they would need nothing except for the DNA test kits.
Well, Anne's quirky charm and informal style.
Oh, Jesus
She
Christ.
typically wears workout gear to the office. Now, here's the thing. Now, you know me. I'm no fan of dressing up.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I never
Every
have.
day you go to work and I say, Trent, put on a suit.
Yeah.
You work at a law firm in New York City. Wear just a suit.
Yeah, sure.
Just a suit and tie.
Yeah. I say, no, I don't like it.
And he goes out the door, and I, of course, I work from home, and I put on my suit.
You put on your suit
I put
and
on my
tie?
suit and tie, and I
You
gel
stay
my
in your
hair.
room all day. You gel your hair.
I gel my
Stay
hair.
in your room all day.
Yeah.
Snort line.
And then I snort a line, and I get on TikTok in front of my computer for 3 hours. Yeah.
But I think if you're like that guy, John Fetterman, you know that guy?
Big Fetterman head.
Yeah.
Hilarious person.
Yeah, he wears a fucking sweatshirt and he does like Bill Belichick.
Congress. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, come on. Some people need to dress up.
Yeah, it looks so bad. He's standing next to 4 other senators all in suits.
Yeah.
He's got fucking sweatpants with mustard stains.
I saw, and he can.
But hey, the man's depressed.
Yeah,
If you're depressed, you can't dress.
He's fucking. I saw him. The other day, he had like a tuxedo T-shirt on. He was at a formal.
John Fetterman?
Yeah.
Is he still a senator?
Yeah, he's still a senator. He's fucking drooling all over himself.
Cannot last much longer.
So anyway, I think people, if you're like if you're like this lady, wear a fucking pantsuit. Don't wear your fucking workout gear.
Hey, if I'm losing $1 billion a minute, I think I will put on a pantsuit at least to try to save some fucking face.
Yeah. Wojcicki, 50 years old, has been searching for fresh capital, but with 23andMe stock trading at just 73 cents, the company likely can't raise money by selling more shares, and the company's early-stage drug programs are so expensive she has sought investor partners for some of them, so far unsuccessfully, and given up stake in others. She could also plug the hole with her own cash. At the center of 23andMe's DNA testing business are two fundamental challenges. Customers only need to take the test once, and few test takers get life-altering health results.
Most people get the test back and go,
Oh, I guess I'm 90% English. That's pretty lame.
It costs $75, and it took them 190 to do it.
Yeah, I guess I'm exactly what I thought I was.
So they don't have a lot of repeat customers.
No, not a lot of repeat customers, and they're trying to get into the drug game because they have all these everybody's
bit of a crowded field.
A bit of a crowded field, but they have everybody's DNA, and they can test
use it for evil.
Yeah, they can use it for evil, of course.
Yeah,
what everybody who has power tends to do, use it for evil.
Right.
Wojcicki's most ambitious bet is developing drugs using 23andMe's stockpile of more than 10 million DNA samples that test takers have agreed may be used for research. But getting new drugs to the market is expensive and takes years, unless, of course, you're forcing everybody in America to take it. Then it takes about a couple weeks. But we don't need to get into that. Wojcicki attributes 23andMe's
actually, one of my favorite football players is sort of a sponsor with them, so I'm not really going to say anything bad about it. It's a great vaccine. I get a booster every morning. I get a booster every morning. I put on my tracksuit. I run to CVS. I get a booster right in my ass. They want to put it in my shoulder, and I go, put it right in my ass.
Bend me over, put it right in my ass.
That's right. I want my booster right in my fucking ass. And and then I go sit in Starbucks while the riots happen outside. And
so anyway, let me try to find.
Instead of putting on all these running clothes, maybe you should stop running wild with everybody's money. How about that?
There you go, Joe.
Yeah,
you tell her.
Bones.
Up top, bones.
Bones. Yeah, how do you like that?
Wojcicki has dedicated her personal brand. Those who know her say, last March, Mattel made Barbie dolls based on her and her two sisters. Former YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki. So her sister is
YouTube,
but she's a self-made billionaire. She's also, get this, she's not really a self-made billionaire is what I'm trying to get at, because she married. Let me find it here.
Sort of a Miss Monopoly situation.
It's a bit of Miss Monopoly.
Self-made millionaire.
Wojcicki is the daughter of one-time chair of Stanford University's physics department and a high school journalism teacher. Wojcicki grew up at the center of Silicon Valley. She went to Yale and after college bounced around hedge funds and private equity firms analyzing healthcare companies. Two formative things happened during that period.
She lost her virginity.
And she experimented with lesbianism. She saw a crash in healthcare stocks, God forbid, and how companies responded by pinching pennies on innovation. She said she decided she wanted to help consumers take more control over their healthcare. She also met Sergey Brin in 1998.
What did you just call me?
Sergey Brin. She met him in 1998.
I may be gay, but I'm no knight.
He and Larry Page rented her sister Susan's garage to be the first office for their new company called Google.
What? She started Google? What?
No, she married Sergey Brin.
Who started Google?
Yes.
And her sister is the CEO of YouTube?
Yes.
Jesus.
And she blew through $6 billion.
Yeah, it grows on fucking trees.
Yeah. Susan would become an executive in its advertising business before running YouTube years later. The idea for a direct-to-consumer DNA testing business came from Wojcicki's co-founder, Linda Avey, a genetics expert. Brin had expressed interest in Avey's prior work, so in 2005 she shared her idea with him. That's how Avey met Wojcicki, Brin's then girlfriend. Now I'm lost. Now
I'm lost. I'm gonna be honest. I'm lost.
But anyway, so the only thing that's important is Anne Wojcicki
is a whore.
No. She's the leader of 23andMe.
Yes.
She was married to the
CEO of Google,
the creator of Google.
Yes. Who's famously a pay pig.
Yeah, he's a bit of a pay pig. Yeah. So
and he goes, "Baby, clean me out.
Clean me the fuck out." So they got married in 2007. He kind of funded he got 23andMe off to the races.
Right.
Overnight, Wojcicki went from little-known former financial analyst to Silicon Valley star. She helped build 23andMe's brand, organizing spit parties.
What?
I went to one of those in Chelsea the other night. Where guests gave DNA samples.
Ew.
They collected celebrity saliva at the World Economic Forum in Davos in 2008, and again at New York Fashion Week that year, now this is a who's who of criminals, where Barry Diller, Rupert Murdoch, Harvey Weinstein, and Diane von Furstenberg headlined a 23andMe gathering after meeting Wojcicki at an Allen & Company conference.
Yeah, I wonder what your first sign was that things were about to go south. Fucking writing on the wall.
Yeah.
You look around and you're in the Legion of Doom.
Yeah. So she's
So how is it zero? I mean, how is it? Is this because she's investing in all these healthcare things and
they're not paying off? But also
paying off, bad investments.
Yeah, but also you don't only need it
but
once. She's quirky. She's quirky. She's fun. And that's really what matters, you know. She's quirky. She's fun. And they're trying to get into the healthcare. They have this thing to create. You can only buy it. We only use it once, but they want to keep getting more consumers, so they're trying to branch into healthcare to create a recurring revenue stream. Wojcicki has pivoted to subscriptions. That's what not everything needs to be a subscription.
No,
I'm tired of subscribing.
People, we're all sick and tired of it.
Yeah,
and we're unsubscribed as soon as I can figure out how. I'm going to unsubscribe from all of it.
Yeah.
But
don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe to the podcast
on our YouTube channel.
It does not charge you every month.
No, she rolled out 23andMe Plus, offering personalized health reports, lifestyle advice, and unspecified new reports and features as discoveries are made for an initial $229 with annual renewals of $69. Nice. When the company last disclosed the number of subscribers a year ago, it had 640,000, less than half the number it had projected it would have by then. Asked about the projection, Wojcicki first denied having given one. Shown the investor presentation that included it, she studied the page and after a pause said, quote, "There's nothing else to say other than that we were wrong."
Oh, man. Not looking good.
No, so it's not looking good for 20.
It's not looking good for her at all. That's wild. She's really... we fucked it all up.
Yeah, we fucked it up. And then she's like, I didn't say that. And then they show a piece of paper saying with her quote. She, well, I was wrong. So
You happy now?
You got me.
Yeah, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Even though we're worth fucking $0 now. That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? 23andMe is not the only large billion-dollar company being rattled with fraught with peril.
Say it ain't so.
Well, this might come to you as a surprise, Trent. This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Sure, okay.
Where, quote, money and drugs entwine Musk with Tesla directors. Board members at Elon Musk's electric car maker Tesla were facing a dilemma. One director, the venture capitalist Steve Jurvetson, had left his firm's made-up name. Left his bullshit made-up name. Left his firm after an internal investigation found he had slept with multiple women, which I don't know why anyone would ever... why he would want to do that.
No.
In the tech industry, and used illegal drugs. Again, I don't see where the motivation is. Unless it's to get high and get off.
That couldn't be it.
That couldn't be it. Luckily, Jurvetson, though designated an independent director, had a good friend with whom he had deep financial ties and also attended parties using ecstasy and LSD.
Who's that?
Musk. Multiple other directors of Musk companies have deep personal and financial ties to the billionaire entrepreneur and have profited...
Billionaire playboy.
Playboy billionaire and vigilante and have profited enormously from the relationship. It's not what you know, Trent. It's who you know. The
I've heard that.
connections are an extreme blurring of friendship and fortune. And raise questions among some shareholders about the independence of the board members charged with overseeing the chief executive. Such conflicts could run afoul of those loose rules governing what qualifies an independence as public companies, On Tuesday, a Delaware judge struck down Musk's multi-billion-dollar pay package at Tesla, saying board members who signed off on it in 2018 were beholden to Musk. Several current
Under his thumb
and on acid. Several current or former directors at Tesla and SpaceX attend parties with him, go on exotic vacations, and hang out at Burning Man, the Nevada Arts and Music Festival.
Jesus Christ.
Musk and some people close to him, including Kimball Musk, I believe it's his brother.
Yeah, it's his brother. Another scumbag.
Another scumbag, not friend of the show, not welcome anytime. Attend parties at Hotel El Ganzo.
Hotel El Ganzo.
Hotel El Ganzo.
Famous for their guacamole.
A beautiful hotel in San Jose del Cabo, Mexico. San Jose del Cabo.
I had a margarita with salted rim.
Known for its art and music scene, as well as drug-fueled events.
Oh, no!
According to people familiar with the parties, I don't see why people with money would want to go do drugs and sleep around.
Have sex. Anonymous sex.
Sex and drugs. I mean,
what's next? Rock and roll?
Oh, don't say that. Don't start. Lock the fucking doors.
Strap the fuck in.
Well, the volume of drug use by Musk with board members has become concerning.
This guy, he seems like a wild man. He seems like Keith Moon.
Who this Elon Musk character? This character?
He seems like a hard partier.
We keep
you think
hearing
you know
about
a guy.
Well,
he's partying, he's doing drugs.
He seems like more of a Keith Richards type because no matter how many drugs he takes, he just keeps on fucking rocking and rolling.
Well, I guess so.
He says, here's a new company. Yeah. Neuralink.
Yeah.
We did it.
Neuralink,
we chipped the guy.
SpaceX.
Tunnel. There's a tunnel in California.
There's tunnels. Yeah.
Rocket ships. Cars.
Yeah.
Cars, rockets, brain chips, and drugs.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. He's a scumbag.
Well, in the culture Musk has created around him, some friends, including directors, feel there is an expectation to consume drugs.
Oh, wow.
With him because they think refraining could upset the billionaire.
Wow.
Some of the people said. They also don't want to risk losing the social capital that comes with being close to Musk.
Sure.
Trent, I've always said this, and of course we've lived different lives, but when the worst thing you can do is not do the drugs. And I don't care where you are in life. I don't care if you're the board of directors at Tesla. I don't care if you're at a high school party. The last thing you want to do is not look cool at Burning Man. If you're in a suit, you're in the board of directors, you're at Burning Man, obviously. In a suit, you flew in private.
You've always said this. You're a big proponent of peer pressure.
Oh, yeah.
You love it. You love peer pressure.
I have one I shouldn't, and then the second ask, I'm out all night, baby.
You say, that's your advice you give to kids. You go around high schools, you go speaking. You say, you know what? Give in. Yeah. Do it. Live it up.
The one time, I don't know if I ever told you this, but one time I got busted for drinking in high school. And my stepdad, has never tried to give me any advice for my life at this point. He goes, you shouldn't drink at parties. You shouldn't be drinking like that. Yeah. And he's had one or two, and he goes, you shouldn't have any more than that. He goes, unless all your friends are, and then I guess if everybody's doing it. Yeah.
Wow.
I go, okay.
Well, whatever you say.
And I've lived by that code my entire life.
Yeah. Wow.
You don't want to steer away from the pack. So
wow. Well, I signed a pledge with Dare, and I stuck to that. And
you have, you did make a pact with Dare.
And I'm a man of my word. I can't break my word.
Well, I think it would behoove some of these guys to do the same thing because one thing, doing drugs at a party is one thing, Trent, but these guys,
they're doing it at the office. They're doing it on Mars.
They're beholden.
They're beholden to Elon. Yeah. He says, do it.
Some board members worry about the negative effects of Musk's behavior on the 6 companies he oversees.
Well, he seems like a guy with a good head on his shoulders.
Roughly $800 billion in assets held by investors, according to people close to Musk. Despite the concerns, the Tesla board hasn't investigated his drug use or recorded their worries into board minutes. Read me the minutes, which could become public. Around the winter of 2022, of course, that was the year of the Winter Olympics, Musk's good friend and former Tesla board member Ellison urged him to come to his Hawaiian island to relax from work and dry out from drugs. Which, what better place to go dry out from drugs than Hawaii?
Hawaiian Island.
The Hawaiian Island.
Nothing. I've never heard of anything bad happening on an island with a bunch of rich people.
The outreach came as friends and others close to Musk worried his drug use was getting worse, and some asked him to go to rehab. Some people said.
Wow.
Well, governance experts say the personal and financial ties could muddy directors' views and that it is highly unusual at U.S. public companies. According to the rules of NASDAQ, the rules where Tesla trades, an independent director can't be an employee, a family member, or someone whose relationship, quote, would interfere with the exercise of independent judgment. Mm-hmm. Now, what do we know interferes with the exercise of independent judgment?
Drugs and alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol. I like that, but others don't, and I respect that. While rules governing independent directors are murky, financial entanglement is one area where courts have sometimes found public companies at fault for claiming directors' independence while they hold investments tied to one another. Amalgamated Bank, which this is a terrible name, which manages $180 million of investments in Tesla as of September, signed a shareholder letter last year asking Tesla board members to step up their meager oversight of Musk. The investors expressed concern that the close ties between Musk and several Tesla directors made the board ill-equipped to act in the best interest of the shareholders. When striking down Musk's pay package on Tuesday, the Delaware court at Chancery called the process for approving it, quote, deeply flawed and cited Musk's extensive ties to some directors.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah, how's that for
groundbreaking?
A bombshell.
A bombshell.
A bombshell.
So everybody around Elon, they're all drugged up.
They're all in Nevada doing Molly.
Yeah.
Doing Molly and LSD up till the witching hour.
The witching hour, yes.
Till the cows come home.
Yeah, till the cows come home.
And then the shareholders go, well, should we go public? And they go, we're fucked up on Molly.
Right.
Yeah. And we don't know what's best for the company, but
wow.
We daren't not take Molly for risk of not looking cool.
Yeah.
Next to Elon, who is one of the coolest guys ever.
Oh, everybody agrees on that. Yeah.
He likes memes.
He loves memes. He
loves crypto.
Oh, one of the coolest, funniest guys in town.
Remember when he brought the sink into Twitter?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What about when he was on
Let that sink in.
Oh, what about when he played Wario on SNL? One of the classic SNL sketches. SNL.
So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, Trent, but we'll stay tuned for the next installment of the War on Musk from the Wall Street Journal.
The War on Musk. I'm sure it's a saga that
we should make like a
not even close to being finished.
We should make like a little flag when we have a story about it.
The War on
some
Musk.
Some sort of light that comes on,
or like when they have like the news, like when they have breaking news. Yeah. That would be fun.
We'll up the.
We'll get the producer on top of that.
We'll get Jeremy on there.
But I understand. Listen, I'm no proponent of drugs. In fact, I'm quite frankly, I'm anti-drug.
Well, you're the yin to my yang on this
exactly.
podcast.
Yeah,
I say that as if I mean, besides alcohol.
No, you're not. You're not a big drug. You're not a drug guy.
Most drugs.
Yeah. But I'm a teetotaler, So, but I understand because this story, if I hadn't read this story, maybe I wouldn't have understood.
Really? Well, enlighten me, because right now I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for this guy. But maybe there's something I don't know.
If I hadn't read this, I wouldn't have sympathy either. But being the boss can take a toll.
That's news to me. This is breaking news.
This is from the Wall Street Journal. This is from the Personal Journal.
It's taken us 2,000 years this is breaking news.
I mean, I just learned this, and I'm crestfallen.
Yeah. You'd hate to know that the captain of the ship is under any kind of stress.
So, Joe, this is from the Wall Street Journal. This is from the Personal Journal. One of our favorite
sections.
Headline: Being the boss can take a toll. Migraines, ulcers, and even premature death
hold
can
on.
afflict CEOs.
Before you continue, so often in the Personal Journal, it's somebody complaining about their own life and job who writes for the Wall Street Journal. Is this the boss of the Wall Street Journal? Right? Is this his retorts to the last guy? You don't get paid a lot. You can't afford to live in New York. Well, being a boss here also takes a toll.
That's all pretty hard.
Well, guess what I put in the Personal Journal this week? Dick.
Nah, I think his name's Callum.
No, not the boss. Not the boss.
Not a name. Not with a name like that.
No,
God forbid.
So tell me. Sorry, I interrupted you. You can die from this.
Migraines, ulcers, and even premature death can afflict CEOs. But people want the top jobs anyway.
You'd think if you knew something killed you, maybe being the boss is like smoking. It kills you, but it looks cool.
It does look cool.
Yeah, being the boss.
Be the boss.
Not everyone could be Bruce.
Ew. Maybe the job of CEO should come with a warning label. Maybe much like cigarettes.
Well, you shouldn't be a CEO if you're pregnant, just like cigarettes.
Or if you can even have the chance to get pregnant,
just like cigarettes.
Yeah.
19. Even if it's a distinct possibility. Right. So I see no difference.
Yeah. 19 chief executives died in office last year. 19.
In office?
In office.
Jeez.
19. The most since 2010, according to Challenger, Gray, and Christmas.
But also, I wonder. They're not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. 19 CEOs died in office. I wonder how many guys with a regular job died in office last year.
right.
1 billion.
Yeah. Yes.
Like everyone else who dies.
Most of the
also takes a toll having no money.
Most of the population
working 12-hour shifts and making minimum wage in fucking Knob Noster, Missouri.
Getting crushed by a fucking whatever shelf in Amazon warehouse.
This is absurd that they're even saying any of this.
The outplacement firm tallied a record 1,914 CEO exits in 2023, which Senior Vice President Andy Challenger...
Just a great resignation.
The Great Reset.
Oh, my apologies.
Andy Challenger partly attributes to the post-pandemic burnout that many execs feel. Everything's the fucking pandemic's fault.
Well, this Wall Street Journal is they're in the post-pandemic world.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm in a post-Coney 2012 world. I look at everything through the lens of pre-Coney and post-Coney.
Pre-Coney, post-Coney, which lasted about a week.
But what a pivotal week it was.
And then that guy started jacked off in public, and they're like, you know what? He fucked all those kids and let them die. that was our reaction.
Yeah. Everyone shared it to their Facebook story, and they go, this guy's a monster. Yeah. And then 6 weeks later, he was jerking off in San Diego, and we go,
well, you know what? Really, who gives a fuck?
I guess I'm back to not caring about the kids getting slaughtered in Africa.
Die.
I can't believe he jerked off in the streets.
Yeah, that was wild.
I've got to go to San Diego.
In a January survey of 600 C-suite executives by the Professional Network chief, 37% said avoiding burnout would be a personal challenge this year.
This is so stupid. Again, I just keep going back to tell that to the guy in the front line at Chipotle.
Yeah, exactly.
Avoid burnout. Yeah. Die on the job. Are you crazy?
A candid help wanted ad might go something like this. Company seeks visionary leader to take business to the next level. Incumbent will be paid handsomely, but may have fewer years to enjoy earnings because of the stress of the role can reduce life expectancy.
Jesus.
Such a disclaimer probably wouldn't put off a lot of candidates. JetBlue chief Robin Hayes will follow his doctor's advice and step down in February for unspecified health reasons. The extraordinary challenges, quote, the extraordinary challenges and pressure of this job have taken their toll, he said. In an age of performative work-life balance, and washboard abs on business titans.
What? What?
I guess some like Mark Zuckerberg. I guess he's works out, you know. So they wanted to get that in there.
It's like, what is going through their heads when they write this stuff?
I don't know.
It's just
a near masochistic leadership drive persist. Nevertheless, she persisted. Current and former CEOs say the job has ever more landmines because many employees often expect them to comment on news events from Israel's war with Hamas.
Right.
Is something going on?
I don't know. Well, we read the Wall Street Journal every week, and I haven't seen anything yet.
To the latest Supreme Court ruling. Say the wrong thing, and you could be marching in the pink slip parade behind an Ivy League president.
Yeah. She's out.
And bosses are one viral social media post away from being drawn into controversy. A former Cloudflare employee, whatever the fuck that is,
what?
Who filmed her own firing and shared it on TikTok recently.
I saw that. Went mega viral.
Thrust the software company CEO Matthew Prince into damage control mode. I didn't watch it, but did you watch the video?
I watched about 60% of it.
About it. They just got fired. They're like, yeah.
It was basically his trauma porn.
Yeah, everybody gets fired every day. People who work at Cloudflare, people who don't. Why do I give a fuck?
Also, what do you expect getting a job at a place called Cloudflare?
Right.
Yeah. That's going to last?
Yeah. The cloud.
23andMe has $0 right now.
Cloudflare. That's the real hot startup. Eat shit and die. But I don't know what Cloudflare is, but the cloud, I don't like the cloud. I'm anti-cloud.
Yeah, man, I'm anti-flare. I'm anti-flare.
I'm anti-flare and I'm anti-cloud.
I don't like flare.
When I think of a safe place to store all my pictures and important data, I think of a cloud.
Yeah, a thing that's moving.
Yeah, a thing that
planes can go through.
A plane can fly through and blow its fucking door off.
It can blow itself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where the cloud is, but I don't think I'm the only one in my cloud.
No.
You know what I say? Get off of my cloud.
Hey, you get off of my cloud. That's what I say. Not to invoke the Rolling Stones for a third time this episode. But,
not to invoke the Bloomin' group of bands. Of rock bands.
Yeah. Well, Joe, when bosses quip that their jobs are taking years off their lives, they might not be joking.
Well, who cares?
Ivan Menendez was a few weeks shy of retiring as CEO of alcohol maker Diageo.
Oh, I know Diageo.
Really?
They're a huge importer.
Yeah. When he died last June at age 63, did you send flowers?
I did it, but I've heard tell that it's, yeah.
The company said he was hospitalized for stomach ulcers and died after a brief illness. Notable CEOs...
He might have been getting high off his own supply.
I think
there,
so.
Diageo. Stomach ulcer just sounds like tequila.
Yeah. Oh, mas tequila. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, 4. You ever heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that. I actually have a plaque in the bathroom that says that.
Yeah, I know. We do have a plaque in the bathroom. It makes me laugh every time.
Yeah, it lets people know what kind of people we are.
Yeah. We're fun. We like to have fun. Notable CEOs who suffered fatal heart attacks on the job in the past 20 years include Jim Cantalupo of McDonald's.
I'm going to laugh at every one of these.
He also may have been getting high on his own supply. Oh, I'm having the big one after I had my Big Mac.
They all had the big one on the job.
Samuel Skip Ackerman of Panacos Pharmaceuticals and Caroline Reedy of Simon & Schuster.
The book publisher.
Yeah.
They go, people are looking at more TikToks than reading books, and she goes, "Oh, I'm having the big one."
Oh, it's the big one.
Watching a CEO have a heart attack in their office in a pantsuit and fall out.
Yeah.
It'd be the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I couldn't imagine anything funnier in the world.
No. Walking in, sir, profits are down again. Well, I'm out of the big one. I was right on the fucking edge.
Like when everybody turned their back on Wonder Bread.
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy who's the CEO's riding high. I'd never heard of another Wonder Bread, and then a news article come out, Wonder Bread bad for you. Some poor lowly intern comes in. He goes, "Sir, I'm afraid I have some bad news."
The truth got out. Everyone did turn on Wonder Bread. Thing. That's when this country lost its way.
Yeah,
I'd say it's about 1998. We all turned on Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
It was the bread.
Well, it was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Sliced bread. I was trying to remember how it went.
A study published by the National Bureau of Economic Research in 2021 found that industry-wide downturns reduced CEOs' life expectancies by 1.5 years. Most of the more than 1,600 CEOs in the study lived into their 80s, longer than the average for the general population, but shorter in some cases than they might.
Guess what the life expectancy is for fucking auto mechanics?
Yeah,
and freelance remodelers.
Right. Yeah, this is
61.
Funny. Yeah. Longer than the average for general population, but shorter in some cases than they might have lived with less stress. You could say that for literally anybody.
Yeah. Why am I supposed to feel bad for these people? They're ruining the world.
Right.
They're destroying the environment, and they're rich and they're fucking their interns and they're fucking going to Epstein's Island. And meanwhile, my dad's breaking his back and barely walk on a ladder and fucking
imagine the doctor.
Dies at 65.
Your dad is on his deathbed. He finally kicks the bucket, and the doctor comes out and he goes, "Well, he could have lived longer if he just had less stress." What the fuck is that?
They did say that.
What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah. And I go,
if only we knew.
If only we knew. So
if only he bought that hot tub.
CEOs are stressed out, and
For Harry Kramer, one key to being a healthy boss was
not a real name.
Was the boss.
Sorry?
One key to being a healthy boss was the boss.
Oh, Bruce.
The former Baxter
V-Boss.
V-Boss.
The only boss I listen to.
Yeah. Amen, brother.
Rock and roll.
The former Baxter International chief says that when the occasional meeting cancellation won him a free hour, he'd take the opportunity to hop into his convertible, crank Bruce Springsteen, and hit the McDonald's drive-thru. Okay, it wasn't the perfect health routine, but the middle break lowered his blood pressure more than the Big Mac raised it.
I've just never heard of a more
besides, he says,
boring anecdote about a guy having blowing off steam.
Yeah,
a 65-year-old man. Oh, I turn on Bruce.
I crank up Born to Run.
I get a Big Mac.
I hop into the drive-thru and order myself a Big Mac and a Diet Coke.
Great.
Former Best Buy CEO Hubert Joly,
he's got reason to be stressed,
says he never experienced health complications while leading the company from 2012 to 2019. He got out. He ran it into the ground and he got out. He gave priority to sleep, exercise, and nutrition, and it shows.
And it shows.
Yeah, with the way Best Buy went. He adds he flashed an Aura ring. One of those rings.
I don't know what an Aura ring is.
It's like those. It's like a Fitbit, but you wear it on your finger. It tracks your health.
You're an asshole.
It's to show off you're an asshole.
Yeah. If you're an asshole, everyone needs to know. You have to let the world know.
You have to let the world know you're an asshole.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know.
No one can ever be discreet. No one's ever like an asshole.
You can't be a secret.
Oh, God, no, I can't get out that I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm just going to really just...
Yeah, I'm going to stay in and be an asshole today.
Every asshole I know has a tattoo on their
They're a
face.
man about town. Every asshole's a man about town. And they got to flash it off. They go, I got to get my fucking steps in.
Yeah.
It's like, go fuck yourself. Jolie, who co-leads a Harvard Business School program for new chief executives, says he and fellow mentors devote a lengthy session to personal well-being. Quote, we tell them this is a marathon, he says. Take care of your health physically, mentally, and spiritually so you can sustain your leadership. You ever heard of the tortoise and the hare?
You know who they didn't have? You know who didn't have some asshole telling them that bullshit? Fucking Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Fucking
Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking all those guys back in the 1890s. Yeah, because they were fucking oilmen. They were cutthroats.
Yeah.
They go, well, I gotta take care of myself.
Oh, be sure to
I'm stressed out.
Oh, be sure to meditate.
You're stressed? Try taking over the whole country in 1880.
Right, yeah.
Those guys didn't have any stress.
Be sure. No, you got to talk to your therapist. You got to do the work.
All they did was they walk out, they kicked an orphan in the head.
Kicked an orphan.
They hit one with their cane.
They kicked an orphan.
Out of my way, boy!
They hit their wife.
Yeah, oh,
They get out of my way. I want dinner ready.
I'm Norman Rockefeller.
Matthew Cooper, 41. He's sort of the new Rockefeller, Matthew Cooper. Knew and he co-founded the financial technology company Earn Up in 2014 that serving as its CEO would likely harm his health. He did it anyway.
Well, that seems reckless.
Work was a form of addiction, he says. Anxiety, depression, and panic attacks had dogged Cooper as he progressed from one intense environment to another. Princeton University to McKinsey to private equity. His dilemma was that his...
I can't get enough!
was that his greatest stressors were also the things that fulfilled him.
Jesus Christ. This guy needs to be in a fucking pressure cooker.
Catch-22.
It's the only thing that gets him off. He's going to tie me up and put a gun to my head.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can get my fucking rocks off.
Fucking put some...
Clean me out.
Clean me the fuck out. When negative self-talk veered to thoughts of suicide in 2020, Cooper stepped down.
Even more negative than regular negative.
Cooper stepped down. He remained on the Earn Up board and offered occasional advice to the executive team, but took a 3-year break from day-to-day responsibilities. He returned last summer as president, which he describes as a part-time role. Much like being the president of the United States is.
It really is.
Scaling back isn't easy for people whose identities and careers are intertwined, he says, but Cooper reserves greater sympathy for rank-and-file workers who don't have the luxury of taking career breaks or reducing their hours. Quote, there are people that have agency to change and those who don't, he says. And I'm the boss, and I'm not going to do anything about that.
Yeah, and I'm the have, and they're the have-nots.
And let them eat cake.
Yeah. Well, it's sad to think that some of those guys have negative thoughts that veer into suicide.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to hear that.
Nobody else really that has any other type of job would ever have those negative thoughts.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Mr. Time Magazine, why don't you write about the guy on the subway? You ever see that Bob Dylan interview? It was a classic.
I don't think so.
You haven't seen the Time Magazine interview?
I'm sure I have, but not the way
I'll fire it up.
Yeah, we'll fire it up.
We'll fire it up. Well, that's been it for us.
Yeah.
That's over.
It's over. It's done.
It's done.
That's
Enjoy the Super Bowl.
Enjoy the Super Bowl.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure enjoy Taylor Swift endorsing Biden.
Joe Biden in the halftime show. I'm sure that was fucking awesome. Trent, that's been it. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
As always, this is Joe signing off.
And I'm Trent signing out.
Bye-bye. Switch that up.